How you guys doing? Welcome back to Conversations Over Chess. I'm your host Elijah. The individual coming to sit next to me is somebody that probably almost broke the internet. On the 5 at 5 segment, which I'll probably show in the video just alongside of me, she had said something that was really profound. And I just wanted to make sure that we had a long form interview. I had reached out immediately, probably next day or if not same day, to make sure that this happened. And without further ado, please introduce Sanai. It's a pleasure to
Hi.
have you over
Thank you
the
for
game.
having me.
Thank you. So obviously, at your 5 at 5 segment,
hmm
you said something that was visibly that something that had hurt you, right?
hmm
But before we get to that, I want us to start from the beginning, right?
Okay.
So, where did you grow up at? Where are you originally from? Things of that nature. Let's speak to that, and then let's get on the journey to how you had to find self love, how you had to go through heartbreak. But
hmm
let's start at the beginning first.
I was born in Rockville.
Okay.
Um, I was raised by a single mother,
All right.
and it was me and my little brother for a while. We moved around a few times, and we're currently living in Germantown.
Okay.
But
So don't give too much information now. They might come find you
oh
now.
yeah, let me
Don't give too
let
much
me not.
information. You say you live in Cali. Cali. Wink,
Yeah,
wink. Cali.
Cali.
Okay.
So yeah, I grew up with a single mom.
Okay.
It was really tough growing up. Um,
Environment wise, situation, living wise, or was
no,
she a tough parent?
my mom made sure to like mask all the issues we were going through, like financially and
Yeah,
everything. So I had a happy childhood.
that's good.
So I'm really grateful for that. But it was difficult because, not having a father figure
Hmm.
is pretty difficult. And I didn't have that male leadership in my life
Yeah.
for a while. Um, so I used to involve myself in stuff that I didn't know any
Okay.
better.
Yeah.
It's of course like with my mom, she taught me a lot,
Yeah.
and it's just different. You need that dad love.
Definitely.
It's really different. So, um, I did things growing up that did not align with my morals at all.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah,
Understood.
yeah,
One thing that I would like to start by is just shouting out every single parent mother, especially
yeah.
mother. I was raised by a single mother, and although she passed away already when I was 13,
Mhm.
her impact was so profound. And it wasn't until I got just a little bit more older, a little bit more wiser, that I understood
Yeah.
that they literally had to do everything to the
Yeah.
best of their knowledge.
Yeah.
And then for us to act up, I say show your ass, but whenever you like act up and just be a child, right,
Mhm.
go through things, you quickly realize when you look back, like, dang, my mom really she just was doing her best. And me and
Yeah.
my friend always joke about like how we would get in trouble in junior high,
Mhm.
and our moms wasn't mad that we were getting in trouble in junior high, because when you get older, you're like, mommy was probably a jokester in junior high.
Yeah.
She was mad because she didn't have PTO, because she's working an hourly job just getting by, and
Mhm.
here I am messing up, and she has to
Exactly.
leave work to come get my black tail.
Yeah.
So you realize certain things as a black woman and being a black mother, what she
Mhm.
had to endure. So shout out to your mom and to all the single moms
Yeah.
out there for sure. Um, and you were saying that it was just growing pains, right? And just got into not necessarily trouble, but you just didn't do things that align with you.
Mm.
Can you speak to those things if you're comfortable enough of what those things were? Because again, this is a each one teach one. So, what were those things that you did that didn't align with you,
Mhm.
and just why did you feel like it didn't align with you, and what did you do to change it?
Okay.
Mhm.
So there was this guy
Okay.
that came back into my life around junior year of high school.
Okay.
We um we were friends in middle school, like 6th grade, and then I moved away and we didn't keep in touch after that. But it was one day, I would say like October.
Okay.
Um, he randomly texted me on Instagram and all that, and we were like catching up. Everything was cool for a minute, and then we just it went to a different level. We started, you know, engaging and doing things sexually. Um, I had never done any like that before,
Mm-hmm.
and it was new to me, but it was also enticing. So I knew deep down that it was wrong,
Yeah.
obviously. But I was like, there's this guy that's come into my life and he's giving me all this attention.
Yeah.
I must be special. So I felt special. Um, and yeah, we would do things, and then he wasn't a good person at all. He didn't treat me right, and I knew that deep down. But I kept holding on to him because nobody really noticed me, nobody gave me the attention that he gave me. And it went on for, say, a year and a half, two
Yeah.
years, 2 years, yeah. Um,
You still you still feel that pain from that back then.
yeah,
Yeah.
because
And no, go ahead.
I'm just now getting over it.
Yeah.
Like, it just ended a couple months ago.
Okay. When you're in it, right? Something that I realize is that even when you're in it, sometimes like this isn't right.
Mm-hmm.
What was those signs? What was those things? What was those tendencies? Because again, if this being each one teach one, I want somebody to come take away from this when they see this red flag that you're about to name,
Mm-hmm.
to run fast and run hard, right? Because this is gonna affect you for the rest of your life, and it's gonna be something that you often think about at the most inconvenience time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That girl's trip 10 years from now,
yeah,
that flight to your honeymoon, it's gonna affect you.
yeah.
And I just want again to just try to help somebody, save them some heartache and pain, and say, hey, look, if he's doing these things, you better run like a bat out of hell,
Yeah.
and don't look back. I don't care how good it was. I don't care how good, cute he looked. He drive this car.
Mm.
Don't do it, girl. And take my advice. So, what were those tendencies? Those things?
Um, he would say stuff to butter me up. Um, and then he would like disappear for a while, and I wouldn't hear from him for like a month or so, and he'd come back and he'd be nice and butter me up and all that, all just to,
Get what he needed.
yeah, to
Yeah.
take what he wanted from me. And we engaged in sexual activities like a couple times,
Yeah.
and he'd be like, in person, he'd be so nice. He was sweet, and we'd laugh, and everything was nice. It was what I dreamed of.
Mm-hmm.
Then he'd leave after he got what he wanted. It was like he was a complete stranger to me.
Yeah.
He'd stop texting. He'd be really mean and everything, and it was fucked up. And
Yeah.
I was hurt. And I would express this to him, and he'd be like, well, like, we're not together.
Yeah.
I don't
The
owe
cop out.
you. Yeah, I don't owe you anything. Why are you feeling this way? And I confessed my feelings to him. I was like, built up the courage, and I was like, I'm in love with you. And I feel like I see a future with you
Yeah.
and all that.
He's like, why
And
don't you see it?
yeah, and I was like, he was just like, we're not compatible, and so forth, and you're just not my type of person.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how can you say that after the things that we did together?
Exactly. Is this individual close in age to you? He's fairly close.
Yeah, we're the same age.
Same age.
Mm-hmm.
How much of you not having? Well, let me rewind.
Mm-hmm.
How much or how little was your father in your life?
Um,
I said that just the roll of the eyes said it all. Oh, dang.
he was rarely in my life. He was there when I was younger. Like me and my brother, we'd you know visit him and all that every
Hmm.
weekend, and then it over time we stopped seeing him. We'd stop, keeping in contact with him, and then pop back up and be like, "I'm trying to get myself together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you guys this and that." Then he disappeared, and it was just a cycle. And after
Okay.
a while, I got tired of it. But
Okay.
yeah, he was barely in my life.
And the reason I had asked that is because it's just a known thing that having both parents, right, it makes the difference. It's not to
Mm,
say that you'll be the president or
yeah,
successful or not. It doesn't. It's not to say that, but I believe that it takes a man and a woman to raise a child,
definitely.
along
Yeah,
with that village, because at some point in time, that man can teach that woman certain things, or that man can teach that son certain things, right, and then vice
exactly.
versa. The mom can teach certain things.
Yeah.
So how much have your father not being in your life play into needing the attention of this gentleman, right? Or
Mhm.
wanting it, whatever it may be. And how much has that affected you still to this day as a young woman, right?
Mhm. Um, I think because since my father was barely in my life, um, how do I explain this? I guess in a way, it's like I'm seeking validation from these guys because how do I put this?
I can tell you my story while you think.
Yeah.
My mom passed when I was 13.
Hmm.
Probably freshman in high school. How are we? We probably 14 because you graduate 18 is when I lost my virginity, right? From losing my virginity to now being 27 years old, I feel like sex specifically has always been my downfall. Sex, obviously, being in sexual relations with
Mm.
women has been my downfall. And what do I mean by that? From probably 14 to 18, it was just, hey, you did it.
Hmm.
Everybody else is doing it. It's just what you did,
Yeah.
right? So I don't count those years. Once I hit probably that 17, 18 ish, and I had a high school girlfriend at the time, and then every person after that, all the way up into my college sweetheart. I feel like my college sweetheart was in a different boat,
Hmm.
but I realized at the age of 25 that I was trying to fill a void and I was using women to do that. And what
Exactly.
I mean by using women, I'm not saying that I was just a dirtbag, but some of the same things that you're touching upon is I've been guilty of. And I hated those things now when I look back at it because
Hmm.
it's you realize how selfish it is.
Yeah.
You realize that you wasted an individual's time. And I might get a little bit emotional, but what you one thing that I always talk about, because I know death is so real, is that I could get more money. I could lose this ring that my coach that died of cancer of me. I can get all of that stuff back, but I can't get time back. And when I think about that, when regards to wasting those women's time, because I was in my best interest, what I got out of it, or I wasn't man enough to say, hey, look, I just didn't like you no more, and I
Mm.
feel like we weren't compatible. And I did love you, I did love you X amount of years ago and months ago, but right now I don't know what it is. So the time that I wasted for those women is something that I'm so regretful for. Like so regretful for. Like, if I can do anything, if God could step down, like, what I gotta chop your finger off and you'll be ordained,
Hmm.
I would give all my fingers away because I know how much it hurt them.
Yeah.
Now, the reason the college sweetheart is in a different boat is because still to this day, I realize I probably messed up the greatest thing that ever happened to me, and it's one of those things again that I was just like, yo, my own internal selfish actions, this was nobody else's doing. This isn't her stepping out. This was my own self-inflicted wounds. So I
Mm.
understand the feeling of the void all too well,
Yeah.
which is why now I date with intentions. I'm a single
Yeah.
male. I have no kids. I have no responsibilities. And I felt like after my college year and I finished,
Mhm.
I punished myself by just staying to myself.
Mhm.
I'm not going on no dating apps. You'll never find me on none of it. I'm not going outside. Literally, my friend AJ has to force me, like, bro, you just work sun up to sundown. Yeah, that's because I don't want to be around anything else
Mhm.
because I don't want to waste somebody else's time. I'm scared to do that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get my heart broken again because my most recent relationship that came after her, it was basically like, yo, I'm good.
Mhm.
We were together. I thought it was good. Da da da. And then she said, I don't want you. And then the tables was turned. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I was like, hold on. She don't want me. I work. I do this. I do that. I
Mhm.
don't know me. So then my ego was bruised. So then I was like,
Yeah.
bro, I'm good. I'm good off relationships. I'm just gonna live up on me.
And I think that's very mature, and that's good that you're very self-aware now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But about the filling the void thing, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I was doing. I was filling the void of, not receiving that type of love and attention that I never I never got that love and attention from my father. So I was
Yeah.
kind of out seeking that from from the sky.
Yeah.
And I just let it go on for so long.
Yeah.
And I just, which I'm really proud of, I just ended it like a couple months
You were the one
ago.
that ended it.
Yeah.
That's good.
And I feel so great. Like it was just,
What gave you the courage to do so? Right? We know that it's wrong. You know what was going on, this, that, and the third. What was it like the legit thing that was like, nah, this is it?
over the 2 years that we were talking or whatever, I knew the things that he did to me
Yeah.
were messed up, but it was just one night. It just the realization just hit me, and I was just like, what are you doing? What are you doing with yourself? Like, you have so much potential, and there could be a guy out there that's 10 times better than him. Why are you doing this to yourself?
Yeah.
And so I blocked him and everything. I haven't been in contact with him since November,
Okay.
and I feel so much happier, and I feel relieved.
Yeah.
And I'm just so proud of myself for having the courage to finally do that,
I'm sure every woman that has been through that is like, girl,
Yeah.
yes, girl. It took me 15 years. It took me 10. It took me
Yeah.
6 months. Like everybody, I'm sure is championing you because it's just like I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired,
Yeah, exactly.
and it's just
Yeah.
that simple. And I'm not blind, right?
Mhm.
Obviously, you're a beautiful young lady, so it's just
Thank
like
you.
what the other individual has to understand is that, and like what I had to actually live out the hard way is that my college sweetheart was she was beautiful,
Mhm.
beautiful girl, right? And I'll never forget, even people in college, they'd be like, nigga, how you back there? I'm like, bro, chill out, bro, chill out. I was never always the cutest, but listen, nigga, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you gotta understand what you don't treat right, another man will.
Exactly.
And they will love her through and through.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, like, with me wanting to date with intentions now, I want to be loved in spite of.
Yeah.
In spite of whatever that in spite of comes after, that's what I want to be loved
Yeah.
as. And I'm sure somebody will do that for you,
Mhm.
and because it's not just about external, it's about internal. And
Yeah.
once you get past the whole physical and stuff like that, like that's why today is just like I don't even like I tell my boys I'm like, bro, I'm good off of that.
Mhm.
All of that just wham bam, thank you, man. I'm good
Yeah.
off of that. Had fun in college, da 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 da. But now I'm dating with intentions.
Yeah.
So if it's like you just want to have fun, oh yeah, yeah, bye, block. Like I don't,
Yeah.
I'm good
Don't
off of
waste
that.
my time.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what it is because I know what I want and I know what I bring to the table.
Mhm.
So it's just if you're not like that, it's literally a couple billion people in this world. I'm sure I'll find
Right.
somebody.
Yeah.
Like, and that's how I live. And it's just, again, being affirmed and assured of like, I'm not tolerating nothing less than what I expect
Yeah.
and what I deserve. So that's what it
Exactly.
really is more than anything. So many places to go after that. So many places to go after that. Big congratulations though for taking that step and
Thank
just
you.
saying, nah, enough is enough.
Yeah.
Um, how do you think you need to be loved?
Um
Because you raised by a single parent, have siblings, in college right now. What are you majoring in?
Psychology.
Psycho. Oh, she about
Yeah.
to. Y'all please be watching. Listen, whoever try to slide in her DMs, y'all be careful now. She gonna be like, oh yeah, slide a little bit on.
Yeah, no.
Just be careful now. Psychology, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you think you need to be loved, Beth, after experiencing something like that, and then now jumping into just being your own self, and like how you said in your at the 5 by 5 segment, it's like self love, and going from there. How do you feel?
Well, right now, I'm focusing on myself,
That's
my
good.
studies, and everything. And with me, like, I give my all.
Yeah.
I'm a lover girl, so I give my all. And if I really like you, like, I'll do everything in my power to make sure that you feel loved.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to find somebody that can reciprocate that.
Yeah.
Somebody that can love me wholeheartedly. And I don't want to feel the need to feel like I'm chasing after you, or I don't want to feel the need to prove myself. I want somebody to love me for me and to accept me for who I am, and yeah, just somebody that can, I don't know. I think about this all the time,
Yeah.
And
It's hard to pinpoint.
I'm still not sure.
Yeah.
But I just feel like, when the time is right, love will find me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just focusing on myself and everything.
What are, and speaking more to the self love journey, what are certain things that you are, working on or doing? So, prime example, I guess I'll tell the world. So, when my first name is Jabari, my middle name is Elijah, my last name is Wells. When me and my college sweetheart had ended for reasons that I won't say on camera, I'll tell you afterwards if you want to know. I was distraught. Some things were self-inflicted again, obviously, right? And I just did not like who Jabari was. I didn't like what he stood for. I looked at myself in the mirror and feel like I didn't have a moral compass. I felt like, how could I lose the biggest thing that probably was the best thing that could have happened to me up until that point in my life. So I was in South Carolina at one of my aunt's house, and she was just like, and I was moving to Utah for work, and she said she had made a comment, and she doesn't even know how much it really had affected me, and I appreciate her. Shout out to Auntie Carol. She was like, "You're moving to a whole different state, and don't nobody even know who Jabari is. Like, you could literally change your name for you, and you could rebrand yourself."
Yeah.
And that stuck with me because I was like, you know what? I'm going to become a man of character. I'm going to become a man of boundaries. I'm going to become a man of something that I stand for and that I like to see in the mirror. And because Jabari did all those other things, X, Y, and Z, and don't get it twisted, Jabari Elijah Wells still messes up, but it's not going to be those same mistakes that he's did before. So when I moved to Utah, I started saying, you can call me Elijah. And if anybody and everybody that called me Jabari, you'll see the New York side of me come out quick fast. Like, you'll see it quick fast. So from roughly 2021, 2020-ish, I've officially started only going by Elijah. Introduce myself as Elijah. How you doing? I'm Elijah. Yeah. Now, what I like to tell people is from 0 to 25, if you knew me, AJ, right? He was just here. He calls me Bari. Everybody in the world that knows me from 0 to 25 and know me from a wee lad, Bari. They can still call me that. Anybody that comes after that, I'm on your ass if you call me Jabari.
Yeah.
I want to be and I identify as Elijah, but obviously I'm not going to ask my sisters, the people that know me for forever, to call me that. So I've never articulated that to anybody. You're literally the second person. The person that I interviewed in Philly yesterday, I told him that story, and now the rest of the world now knows why I go by Elijah. I just didn't like who Jabari was.
Yeah.
And like my ex Pauline used to always say, is like, I'm gonna see Jabari. Like, yeah, it's a part of you, it's a part of your identity.
Yeah.
And everybody says that. And I get it. It is a part of me. I am Jabari still. Right? Was born that part of the social security number. But I just didn't like who he stood for. And I'm trying to become something different. So yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely I understand the whole working towards it. But for you specifically, what are those self-love things? That whole rant was to say when I moved to Utah, I started going out getting my feet done because one of my girlfriends at the time used to always like, go get your feet done. I'm like, yo. So my self-love journey when I moved to Utah and was all distraught and was trying to work on loving me, haircuts every 2 weeks. I would get my feet done basically every 2 weeks, and that's just like scribble off all the athlete's feet that I had. And then back massages, and then I would always travel. So what are those self-love things, if any at all, that you are doing to just love up on yourself?
I like to say to myself.
Okay.
So that's what I do.
Are you a poet by chance?
No.
Okay.
I'm not. I like to say to myself, I journal here and there.
Okay.
And, self-reflect and all that. And I read.
All right.
I sing.
Okay. There's no way you don't have a hidden talent. Like, it's just no way. Okay. I write poetry. That's how I was asking. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I write poetry.
Yeah, I just do things that I love, and also I like to work on my relationship with God.
Okay.
So I spend a lot of time with just me and, God, and I'm Muslim, so I read the Quran and everything, and I'm always studying about Islam and all that. So yeah, that's mostly what I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy because remember I said, hey, I'm gonna have to hit you after church. So yeah. All right. So reading in your Bible, reading, staying to yourself.
Yeah.
Just getting your thoughts in order.
Exactly.
I can tell you right now, this is like the longest stint that I've just been just me, like no situationships, no nothing. I'm like, it's just whatever. It's just go to work, go home type stuff. I think boring. But I've never known myself much more than now. So what are you figuring out about yourself while sitting in your stillness, essentially?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Oh, you're still searching. It's all right if you want.
Yeah.
It's all right. All right. So outside of this journey that you've been on in your love life, right? What are some fun things that you enjoy doing? Like, there's have to be some fun in this. You know what I mean?
I really don't do much.
No.
Yeah.
Any organizations you're in on campus? No?
I don't do much. I stay to myself a lot, but
anything that you would want to do? If
yeah.
you could, if money wasn't an option.
There's a lot. Well, I want to start making music.
Okay.
And I really want to take, the whole singing thing serious.
All right.
So that's what I've been kind of putting my mind to. So I want to, yeah, that's what I want to start. I want to start like doing things that I love and just really building my hobbies and everything.
Yeah. Do you mind if I tell the viewers what I told you after we had cut at 5 at 5 on that segment?
Yeah, sure.
So after we had cut, I had said to you, hey, look, off the record, a lot of people have been through your journey, and I myself has been through your journey. And then I had also said that you got to start doing what makes you happy.
Yeah.
And I said, you see me? I'm a random guy popping up here to record chess, and people are like, who is this weirdo guy? Yeah. I'm doing what makes me happy. And I'm glad to hear that you're saying I'm just figuring out, and whatever it is that makes me happy, I'm going to do.
Yeah, and ever since you told me that, it's been on my mind because it resonates with me because that's what I'm, like you said, that's what I'm doing right now. And what you said was really inspirational.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because I lived it, and I can't tell a lie. Like I
Yeah.
cannot tell a lie about something that I've thoroughly lived.
Yeah.
And one story I wanted to actually start with is that I had posted on the Instagram story me editing that video.
Mhm.
Once I had the actual final cut, I had showed it to a friend of mine that I work with. Shout out to Amber. And I just always run things by her. She's damn near influencer in my mind. I'm not
Mhm.
big on social media. Like this is all new to me. So I'll be asking little silly things like, hey, I had posted Instagram reel, but how do I get it from the grid to just only on the reel side?
Uh-huh.
Like I'm literally ignorant when it comes to this stuff. So if you need an internship, I got you. But I had showed her your I was like, hey, I'm gonna post this on Friday. This is a pretty good one.
Mhm.
And she had watched it and literally like 2/3 of the way through, she said, turn it off. Like you can see on her face, she's still like you can feel this woman when she's speaking that. And it really moved her. She was like, I could literally cry watching that. And I think
Yeah.
last I checked, it was at like 300 reviews or something like that on the reels. But it's just like what you said literally is moving people
Yeah.
because a lot of people have lived that, and some people are still on that journey.
Yeah.
Like myself, like how I told you, I was like, hey, look, I'm in therapy. I'm gonna do all this thing trying to find me, girl. I'm praying harder
Yeah.
than ever. I'm serving the church. I'm like, look, what's going on, Lord? I'm talking to you. I hear you. So
Yeah.
I feel you where it's just like in that journey in self love, it's just like you go through so much, so many emotions,
Yeah.
so many emotions. Um, can you speak more to that? The journey, just the journey.
It's hard.
Yeah,
It's really hard. And sometimes I find myself backtracking, but and making the same mistakes, but I try to keep, you know, my goal in mind
mm-hmm.
and really push towards that. And I always put my trust in God, and anything that any mistakes that I do, that I make along the way, I pray that He forgives me for them, and
Yeah.
I'm just always pushing forward.
Who is helping you or taking those steps with you along your journey? One thing that I realize is that I'm very privileged to have known the group of guys since seventh grade and to still be like this.
Hmm.
One of my best friends, shout out to Luke, I've known him since the second grade. And he and I have been thick as thieves since then and thick as thieves now. We don't have to talk every single day.
Hmm.
When we link up, you good, we good. All right, all right. It's
Yeah.
like lost times. So who is accompanying you on this journey? Is there a friend? Is there because we always are gonna nope. Last I checked, Jesus was the last person that was perfect, right?
Hmm.
Muhammad for you, right?
Yeah.
So ain't nobody perfect on this world. We still gonna
Yeah.
make mistakes, but if you have somebody policing you along this way, when Jaquan Slinky Jones speak, one of my best friends, I listen. He say jump off that bridge, no parachute, I'm jumping.
Hmm.
That's how much he and I are brothers in this world. So who is that for you that's helping you along this journey? Be like, you're not texting him. What you doing? Give me that goddamn phone. Like, who is that for you? Do you
My
have one of
best
those?
friend,
I shout
Chanel.
her
Shout out
out.
to her.
You
I
know?
love her dearly. We've been friends since fourth grade.
Okay.
And she's seen a lot. She's been with me the whole time I went through that.
Yeah.
She was giving me advice and everything. She's always been there for me.
Yeah.
I love her so much.
Yeah. Those are the people that are just like the real MVPs of the world.
Yeah.
It's like, yo,
Yeah.
you know where the bodies is buried, my
Yeah.
guy. Oh man, so
Yeah.
I'm glad that you do have that because that was gonna be like, yo, this loner stuff. I'm like, who's helping you through this journey? Because look, man, I
Yeah,
need
I have
somebody in the
her.
physical. I know he up there, but I need somebody down here with me.
Exactly.
So okay, that's good. So
Yeah.
Chanel, that's good. It's fourth grade, man. Those bonds, those are hard to break.
Strongest.
Yeah, those are hard to break,
Yep.
man. And is she accompanying you to Howard as well or no?
No, she's doing online college.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Shout out to her. I had to do a little bit of online college. You know wrong
Yeah.
with that. Shoot. Get the job done.
Exactly.
All right. So you do have somebody on your journey. All right. And have you ever been in therapy or anything? No.
No.
No. Okay.
I've been thinking about it actually.
Yeah. What made me go to therapy is I felt like I was always hyper aware of like, hey, I need help with this, mommy
Yeah.
issues, da 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 da. And then I always heard raving reviews. I either heard raving reviews about therapy or just like straight up terrible. Like my therapist
Yeah.
fell asleep when I was talking. I'm like, dang.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was wild out of pocket. But but it got to the point where I was hyper aware, but I didn't have the tools to
Yeah.
fix whatever it was. So that's when I was like, okay, if I want the answers, but like I know the question and I know where to go get the answer type of thing. So I was like, let me go. I'm
Mhm.
just go seek it out, whatever it is, and go from there.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's good though. Therapy. I always tell people go whenever you're ready. There ain't no rush on that because it
Yeah.
costs unless you get some insurance. It's
It
expensive. It's expensive.
is.
All right. So what are you looking forward to? Like what are you looking forward to next on this journey?
Um, graduating and starting my career and everything.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's really what I'm focused on right now.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. As I say, as being a freshman in
Mhm.
college, it's like probably a deer in headlights.
Yeah.
It's exposure to a lot of things,
Yeah.
and it's just coming into your own as a
Mhm.
woman. So definitely applaud you there, and big congratulations on just that journey.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's just the beginning for sure. Um, what else? Where else do we go from there? Circling back to your
Mhm.
mom, right? With her being a single parent, what are some of the things that you've seen her have to deal with? And some of the things that you take away of, hey, I'll never tolerate that, or hey, I'm appreciating her giving me this or that strength. Just speaking more to that because single moms, man, they are literally like super women.
Yeah.
They have like superhuman powers. I feel.
Um, well, she never really like showed us the how do I say this? She any like bad things she was experiencing, she never
Yeah.
exposed us to it. So we just grew up seeing her willpower and
Hmm.
her strength, and I'm just so proud of her, and she really inspires me a
Yeah.
lot.
I was gonna
And
say that was gonna be the next question: is how much of that has rubbed off on you? Be an independent woman to go out there, do what you gotta
yeah,
do.
um, I'm just so grateful for her. She's really taught me a lot, and I feel like I'm strong because of her.
Yeah.
And she's really my backbone. I love her so much.
Does she know where the bodies are buried at?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's great.
that's good. And you said you had an older or younger siblings?
Younger, they're all younger.
Oh,
I'm the
younger. You're
oldest.
the young. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Oh, you got the responsibility.
yeah.
How young is the youngest?
Um, youngest is she's 4.
Oh, dang. Oh, you out here getting it. You.
Yeah, three brothers and 2 sisters. Yeah.
So you got six, seven in total with y'all. You said three brothers
Five,
and five.
6. See, I can't keep
You
count
said carry
because
the
I don't
one. You
know.
said three brothers,
Three
two sisters.
brothers, two
So
sisters,
in
and then
counting you is
me.
six.
Yeah, 6.
And my
Yeah.
other, oh wow, my one sister has six kids.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's the same makeup too. Yeah, three. Yeah, three and three.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's crazy. That
Yeah.
is crazy. Yeah, I'm the youngest of four. My mom only had four of us. So, um, twin sisters who are 30, older brother who is 33. We're all
Mhm.
3 years apart, and then the one that has six, she actually has a set of twins. So
Really?
yeah, so my twin sister has twin daughters, and I always jokingly tell like girls that I'm like talk to or whatever. It's just like if I sneeze on you, we might have twins. So just be
Yeah.
careful. I always just be joking with them on that, but I don't know about that. I don't know. I just feel like twins would be a lot for some around.
Yeah.
I mean, in a perfect world, nobody like if money wasn't up, I
Y-
would be like, yeah, just twin boy and girl, get it all
Yeah.
done. But I say that as a person not carrying the baby. I say that as a person that's like not going like so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but perfect world would be good. Yeah, I was just saying. Where do we go from there, man? I'm glad because I'm sure the number one thing that was probably being asked after somebody watches that segment is who hurt her.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to figure out that we got more context surrounding that. And I'm glad to see that you're on that healing journey.
Mhm.
Definitely applauding you and wishing you all the best for sure.
Thank you.
One question that we always ask, if you know how to play chess, we usually ask like, what's your favorite piece? But if you don't know how to play chess, the question that we always end the conversation with is, if the world had your undivided attention, the entire world was looking at you, what would be some advice for them to save them any heartache and pain? It could be anything, like, hey, go do your taxes, like something like that. What advice would you give them to save somebody, anybody, some heartache and pain? Just look right into the camera. Yeah, if you got to think about it, take your time. It's all right. Yeah, the entire world is watching. What advice would you give them?
Okay, before this, I just want to say one thing. Okay. So I didn't come on here to bash him or anything.
It's just your truth.
Yeah, and he's a great person, and I can't blame him for not, wanting to be with me or anything. Yeah. He's a great person. He's on his own journey. So I just want to put that out there. Okay,
just one thing to follow up there, and I always, to play devil's advocate, is, do you think you take any responsibility in anything that had happened to you up until that point, right?
Oh, yeah, of course. I can't blame him for everything that I went through. I knew what was right from wrong, and, I did what I did anyways, so I can't put the blame on him for that. Yeah, so I do take accountability for some of the things that I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
But my number one advice would be to just put your trust in God, and He'll guide you. Yeah.
All right. Amen. Amen to that.
Amen.
Thank you for stopping by the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. See you guys on the next episode. Thank you guys for stopping by Conversations Over Chess. See you guys. Thank you.
Nothing ever comes to a sleeper but a dream. So I'm woke, try and get that money any means. Used to watch mom sweat them clothes to get them clean. Grew up in the slums, ain't shit that I ain't seen. And it's still free, all the guys till they free. Couple niggas crippin' and the others throwing bees. One thing for sure, they gon' all ride for me. Cause we ain't never phased, no gang family. Damn, what a blessing, all them long nights had me stressing. Praying to the maker, hoping someone get this message. Throw that yak back just to calm down this aggression. Cause I can't afford to lose, not when I'm the prize possession. Took a couple L's, but we like to call those lessons. Coming from the burg, I was taught to pay attention. Cause them snakes out hissing and they'll sneak you in a second. For that I keep a circle that be tighter than a virgin. Couple niggas screaming, fuck the law, ready for purging. Tell them let the 40 touch a nigga like it's flirting. A lot of hidden hate, oh, y'all thought y'all was lurking. But ain't no time to lack, nah, I'm always observing. Grew up in the field, but I never played the corner. Still could jam a nigga if I don't like the route he running. I've been underground, running around like head tummy. Came from the bottom, I swear I started with nothing. So how can niggas hate? I swear to love, it all be fake. Smiling in my face, but wanna do me like I'm ace. That's why I say my grace before I put them on a plate. Cause I know I'm too important, like a fucking uppercase. And life is like a race, it's just all about the pace. For a little money, dudes become a big disgrace. The fake come and go, but the real can't be replaced. They say the sky's the limit, only limit I embrace. And I'm about $1, no surprise I get the cake. Cause I was taught to hustle in any weather, cannot wait. I done had to starve just to make sure others ate. My pain versus your hurt is something that cannot relate. They try to lock the door, I kick that bitch like Kevin Gates. Couple roadblocks I ran through like I was freight. Heart of a lion, I was molded by the apes. That's why I stand talking, never fall, ain't no debate. I'm on a mission, I gotta get it. For all them long nights, the oven had to heat the kitchen. For all them starving nights, I went to sleep just to forget it. No food, but the sink was always full of dishes. Check the refrigerator, knowing nothing even in it. Nights like that can turn a young boy into a menace. Same reason I don't give a fuck about no feelings. Cause I'ma be starving till I count 100 million. Part of my back, nigga.